Hello and welcome to this lecture on content analysis. After this lecture, students will be able to define content analysis, explain how to do content analysis, and describe the strengths and weaknesses of content analysis. Content analysis consists of a set of methods for analyzing the symbolic content of any communication. We can use content analysis to analyze data that we have collected from surveys in those open-ended questions, from observational or field research techniques, from interviews, or from different types of available data. Examples might include analyzing how newspapers covered the Black Lives Matter movement, using newspapers as a form of available data, looking at how groups frame their press releases or social media posts, or looking at the content of people's Facebook posts. The first step of content analysis is to define the content categories, basically making the decision what makes certain content fall under one category or a different category, creating those mutually exclusive categories that you can sort your content into. The validity and reliability of your research relies on how well you have specified your mutually exclusive categories. The next step is to define the unit of analysis and the unit of observation. These are usually going to be the same thing. However, we do have occasions where the unit of analysis is different from the unit of observation. The unit of analysis in content analysis is also sometimes known as recording units and defines the unit that is going to be analyzed. For example, female roles in movies. So the unit of analysis there is going to be female roles. Then we decide the unit of observation, which is the unit from which the information is actually collected. This can be the same as the unit of analysis, but not always. So for example here, the unit of analysis was female roles. Well, the unit of observation is movies. We're watching the movies to analyze the female roles. Next, we need to decide on a system of enumeration. Basically, how will you quantify or code your data? How will you create those meaningful variables? This can be done by looking at the time or space taken up by the content of interest, counting the number of times the content appears, or just making a check mark, yes or no, the content appeared. We can also look at how important or intense the item of interest is in the content, what sort of extreme language is used, or how extreme or mild the content is. Or we can look at when the content was created. The next step is to carry out your analysis on all of your documents, or at least a sample of your documents, in order to see if it works. This means going through each of your documents, your movies, your interview notes, right, your observations, your survey questions, whatever it is that you're analyzing, you need to go through and apply these categories that you've come up with to that data. So content analysis can be a relatively cheap, flexible, versatile source of analyzing your data. And it can be used with available data, observations, interviews, and surveys. And you can change your analysis and redo analyses as you go. It allows for you to do grounded theory, to go back and fix mistakes. It also allows us to examine the past and tends to have low reactivity issues. The difficulties or weaknesses of content analysis are that we will have concerns with the reliability of coding. Because you are the one doing the coding, you need to make sure that you're being consistent with your coding and doing the same coding and same rigor of coding with each document or unit that you're looking at. There's also concerns with measurement and internal validity, being able to show causality and making sure that what you're measuring matches up with the concept you had at the beginning. And it also has some of the same issues that available data has. Who gets their information written down, recorded, observed? Alright, that's all for this lecture. Thank you for watching.